welcome. So obviously every time I go riding, every time I go somewhere, I always get people asking, what gear do you ride? What pads do you wear? What shoes do you recommend? All this type of stuff. So I'm just going to do a quick video explaining what I use, why I use it, why I always go back to this type of brand or this type of padding for my type of riding. If you do follow me, obviously you know what type of riding. I'm very much into my tech, flowy stuff, whips, bars, all that type of stuff. So you know, a lot of pressures on the legs. But I'm going to go through of what I use personally and why I highly recommend for you guys to have this. If you are just beginning, it's not necessary to have all this gear. Obviously a helmet, 100%. But if you are trying to learn whips, bars, all this type of stuff, then me personally, I highly recommend that you get this stuff. So we're going to get to the first part. Those are the ankle braces. Alright, so ankle braces. What do they do and why do I use them? Well, for one, they support your ankles while you're riding. It just helps when, if you accidentally land your ankle wrong and it goes like this. Most of the times they will stop it from bending further. Look, they're not 100% guaranteed safety, so yeah, you're still going to break your ankle if you fall off a 7-foot cord and you land on your ankle. They're only going to do so much, but majority of the time it's a little bit of a roll. You're just going to get a bruised ankle, nothing bad. But I highly recommend if you are doing anything like whips, spins, all that type of stuff, especially if you're doing air tricks as well. It's a must. Like for me personally, even if I'm just cruising around the park, I literally wear these with shorts because they just support my ankles and they help me with everything. But I'm gonna go through why I use these ones and why I recommend you to get them. Like I said, everyone's different. Some riders don't even use ankle braces, but I'm just saying for the general purpose or general people that do ride, wear ankle braces. So I wear the good Shock Doctor. I'm trying to find it. So this is the brand of it here, Shock Doctor. So the reason I wear this is one, it's got practically, I would say 4 layers of protection. So one, obviously it's got the laces, so you put your foot in it and laces it all the way up onto your ankle bit. So that's all nice and firm. And then you have a strap. The strap then goes around and upwards like this. Then that brings out more support. You've got another one here, and then on top here, this goes around the front just to put everything nice and tight. Obviously you wear this over your sock. I'm not sure if anyone actually puts these on their bare skin that put their socks on. Wouldn't really recommend it. But I always have these. The good thing about these ones as well is over here they got this rubber stuff which is quite sticky. So ever been to bounce or a place that has trampolines, they give you those socks with the rubber underneath so you don't slide. That's pretty much what this is. I find when you're riding and stuff, sometimes you can get really sweaty, all that type of deal, and your socks start moving and all that type of stuff. This just holds your shoes into place all the time, so highly recommend. The other thing though, is a little secret, is they don't have huge amounts of padding. There is quite a bit of padding on these, but if you're doing like double whips and stuff, you're gonna need some padding. So I normally grab a sock. So here's an old Van sock, and I put it in the side of your ankle brace. So that way, it's just a lot more padding into it and stuff like that. Yes, they will feel tight for the first couple weeks, and this will be a bit annoying, but I highly recommend if you're doing double whips and you're always smashing your ankle bone, get these done. So that's the ankle brace there. Now, these normally go for about 69 to 80 bucks. Depends. I get it from Rebel Sports, which is here in WA. If you are from another country, like out of Australia or whatever, just go to your normal gym place. They normally have these on the side. They're not really meant for BMX, but for the most time I'll use these and they last for like 2 years, so highly recommend them. The next one then is shin pads and knee pads of what I use. Alright guys, now if you've been following me as well on Instagram, which you haven't, go here. You would have seen I posted a few weeks ago of actually when I brought these. Now, I thought I only had these for a little while, like probably a few years. I brought them in 2016, man. That's a long time. and to be honest, they're still pretty much quite good to go. Like there's nothing wrong with them, but these are what I use. So these are Fuse Echo pads. So as you can see, it's got the knee, and then obviously this bit here, which is a little bit longer down, and then obviously the shin guard here. Now what I like about this is there's no gaps. There's no gaps between, but there's still flexibility and all that type of stuff when you're sitting or doing tricks, but there's nothing. So when your pedal comes and swing, there's no gaps, anything in here to hurt you. Yes, obviously they're not going to be 100%. If you smash your shin hard enough with a pedal, you're definitely going to feel it, just not as much. I've actually landed off the spine onto my knees, and like if it wasn't for these, I think I would have had a few knee reconstructions for sure. So highly recommend it. The good thing about these as well is they've got side padding just on the knee. You know, you always get that stem bolt, or not stem bolt, the stem on the side always hits you. And for whips, so this sits in the inside of your leg. So this will obviously be your left. So this will sit inside, and this is for whips, bars, any whiplash tech tricks or anything that obviously you hit your side of the leg on the frame. This is what protects it. The cool thing as well, it's all elastic. It's all obviously, it's all got the straps here and all that. They all hold on. So there's two for the back. So it's quite airy. And then the other thing is up here. You put your knee in it. But what I love about these, it's got like that rubber stuff in it, or that like what I told you about the ankle braces. Once you put it on, it's quite sticky, so it doesn't like to slide. I hate it when you put pads on and they always seem to slide, and you always try and adjust it, and especially when it's on a hot day and you're sweating as, you want to make sure that these don't slide around, especially when you're midway through a trick and you smash your leg on the stem or something. You want to make sure this knee pad's there, not have your knee here and this is down here, you know. So I definitely recommend to get these. As I said, I had them from 2016, so you know how many times I ride, how hard I ride. They are really, really good, so highly recommend it. Now, this is one tip that a lot of people aren't really used to. So you've got riders that wear skins, and then you've got riders that obviously don't. They never actually think of it, especially if you are in a country where it's quite warm all the time. Wearing skins under pads, under jeans is the last thing you want to do. But for me personally, I always wear skins. So these are obviously just normal skins that you can get from Target, anything like that. $10 for skins. You might as well, don't bother getting a $150 pair unless you've got the money, then go for it. Because most of the time they do tear or wear, or you know, they're just, I don't know. I wouldn't even really bother, because most of the time I only wear these under my pads. So the best thing with these is when you put your pants up, or when you put everything on, you put these on first. You put your socks on, you slide these over, you put these on first, then you put all your pads over this. The reason I do this is, for one, it's just a lot more comfortable. So I can ride for the whole day and they do not bother me, my pads. After a while, you know, on your skin, they start pinching, they start rubbing, they start just getting irritable, you know. These don't do that. These actually stop that from happening. And the best thing as well, again, is they don't let your pads slide around. These are the best things I've ever thought of. I saw a few riders from the UK using these, and I thought, hey, let's give them a go. And man, ever since I've actually done it, I will never ever ride pads without skins. Like, I have about 6 pairs of these, because these are the best things to have underneath. Yeah, it could be a really hot day, but to have these, highly recommend, guys. Get them, like I said, $10 at Target, Kmart, anything like that. All sorts of sizes. If you are wearing pads, shin pads, all that type of deal, get yourself some of these, okay? And then during winter as well, they're perfect for winter, especially when it gets on those cold mornings when you're going for a ride. Mate, these keep you warm, so I highly recommend these, so go out and get yourself some. Now, onto my favourite part. Everyone needs good shoes when you're riding. If you don't have good shoes while you're riding, you're going to feel when you catch whips, you're going to have that little soft spot on the front when you put your foot into the front wheel. And believe me, it hurts when you don't have nice thick shoes. And also, if you don't have good quality ones and you do a lot of whips and all that stuff, you're gonna sit there and go, you know what, I go through them like it's nothing. Every 3 months I get new pairs. I understand how you feel. I used to get cheap, just cheap Nike ones, all that type of stuff, and I used to go through them 3-4 months easily because all the size. But these are what you need. If you can find these on the shelves, you must get them. These are amazing. So these are Scotty Kramer's BMX shoes. The reason how you will know is obviously he's got his little symbol here, which is SC with the sprocket on it. These are his ones. These are his newest ones that he's just brought out. But to be honest, any Vans Pro high tops, if you can't get these, just any Vans Pro tops, man, are the way to go. One, they're nice and high here, so they've got lots of padding for whips. Also, they just give you that little extra protection as well. Also, try and find one that's got like that material that you can feel that it's quite rough, that's quite, if you bash it around on the cranks and stuff, it's not going to tear off in 2 seconds, like try and feel that as well. But these are amazing. They come with green laces, obviously the way they work. This type of leather, my favourite part is this here in the middle. So this is actually a little plastic, rubber. I guess it's just to help support when you do tail whips, all that type of stuff. So obviously the middle bit of your frame will hit here. And that again is just a little bit of extra protection, which I think is just fantastic. The other thing is just the thickness of it. So obviously that's got quite a good padding in it. Also the other thing is got good old Scotty Kramer's name right there. And then obviously inside there, if you can see that. But the good thing about this as well is the thickness of the sole. Like, look at that. Look how thick that is. So these are absolutely great. Like I've jumped off my bike on top of like 8-foot boarders onto flat, and most of the time you get like heel bruises, all that type of stuff. I will rarely get that anymore from these type of shoes. Highly, highly recommend. Also, they got the waffle cup type of way. So obviously they got different grooves, all this here. And they actually say waffle cup BMX. So that's just another thing. Really grippy, really good on your pedals, so no more slide around, and they're really nice and thick on your toes. So when you want to do all that like really hard 3-foot jams, all that type of deal, man, you put your foot in this, you don't even feel it. So if you can get yourself in a pair of these or any type of Vans with this like shape, that's the way to go. Again, you're your own rider. You don't like high tops? Cool. Get yourself some half cab pros. They're not high tops. They're more like for skateboarders. They're quite thick, but then you might not like that. You might like your Nikes. But I'm just telling you, this is what I use, what I recommend out of all the shoes I've had. Highly recommend these. So yeah, very nice. Alright guys, now this is probably the most safest thing to have while you're riding is a helmet. You want to make sure you always wear your helmet. If you're cruising, you're rolling down the road, whatever, always have a helmet on. There's been so many times where I've hit my head on the ground so hard, I've gone, man, if I didn't have a helmet, I don't know if I'd be here right now. Like, these have saved me so much. Like the first time learning flips, I smashed the front of my face so hard, I actually split my helmet all the way up here. Luckily I walked out of the hospital with 2 minor fractures here and here. But if I didn't have a helmet, man, I don't know if I would actually be, walking at the moment. Like, that saved my head a lot. If I had to have facial reconstruction, because obviously it would have gone a bit worse, I didn't have to because I had this bad work. Now this is a Pro Tech helmet. There's 2 types of helmets. You've got obviously this type of helmet, which is not the certified helmet. So the certified helmet will obviously have obviously there's foam borders, like reconstruction bit here, which makes it a lot more fatter on your head. They're more for certified type of deals, like I'm guessing if you ever have to go to fees or something, I'm pretty sure you have to have a certified helmet. They're the proper ones, they really save you. These ones are pretty good too, but they're just not as safe as the other ones. Personally for me, they just look really big, fat and bulky on my head, and they're quite heavy, so I kind of like this one. I try not to hit my head a lot, so I'm pretty lucky. But it always has, but the one with this one is obviously it's got this type of foam, so you can actually remove these, buy new ones. If you make them less thick, more thick, depends how your head is. You will obviously not get this type one. My wife actually painted this helmet for me, so obviously one of my sponsors, Chillin', my other sponsor, George's Bike Shop in Willerton, and then obviously on the back here, she decided to write Team Rider on the thing. So I'm very, very fortunate to have a wife that's very skilled into painting. Absolutely love the helmet. Been riding with it for ages now, and the paint looks just as good and it's not fading at all. But these go for about 50 to 80 bucks, depends on obviously which one you get. I got another one, which is that red sparky one. That one cost me about 89 bucks because obviously it just had a bit more stuff involved with it. This one I'm pretty sure I paid 60 bucks for. So again, pretty damn good. The shoes, oh, forgot to tell you as well, the prices for the shoes, they're about 160 bucks, 140, depends where you live. And then obviously the shin pads, they're about $148, I think, off Lux BMX. I don't think there's any in stock at the moment, but they got like small, large, extra large, extra large, and so on. That's what I paid for. And then the ankle braces, I've already told you about those. But yeah, these are what I use. So if you're ever just confused or you're just not sure, if you're just starting out, hey, what's the best, safety gear? If you're thinking of doing this long term and you're thinking of like going pretty big with this, you might as well get the gear at the start. You're going to be much safer. You're going to be a lot more like, confident when you're throwing things down. When you know you got, nice pads on, ankle braces, a good helmet, and you want to throw something big on your bike, you're just going to be way more confident to do that. So I'd highly recommend to get them at the start, because there's no point breaking your ankle and then getting ankle braces, because unfortunately even when you break your ankle, the damage is already there. It will take a long time to get that fixed. You might as well prevent that before it happens. So, but yeah, this is pretty much what it is. This is what I ride with. If you have any other questions, here's my Instagram. Like and follow me, all that stuff. Give me a comment if you want to know more information. Where do you get majority of this other stuff, or you just obviously want to ask more questions about it. Let me know. I'm more than happy to talk to you about what's the deal. Obviously the room that we're in at the moment is my new editing room. I'm not going to show you that yet. You probably can see my bike hanging up. Mate, it's a pretty awesome. Hooks from Bunnings, 10 bucks each, can't go wrong with that. But the thing is, I haven't finished with the room yet, so I'm still got obviously a lot of stuff to buy for the table, still got a lot of things to hang up, obviously get for this room. But I will be doing my new editing room later. Just obviously need to get some coin and put it on, but I'm just buying a lot of other stuff. So anyways guys, I hope that helps you a lot. I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, if you can like and subscribe and tell your mates about this, let them check it out, see what they think of the channel and videos. That'd be absolutely awesome, man. My goal is to get to 1,000 subs, so if we can get that and smash that out this year, guys, that would be a goal on its own that I've been wanting for a long time. So anyways guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one.